Olivier Ryu is 7'9", 5 inches taller than anyone in the NBA right now, taller than Zach Edey, taller than Wembanyama, taller than every player in NBA history. He can dunk without jumping. In layup lines, he looks like a grown man playing on a Fisher-Price hoop.
A first career point for college basketball's tallest player.
There's a video of him meeting Shaquille O'Neal that went viral for one reason. The freeze on Shaq's face says everything you need to know, and Shaq is 7 feet 1 inch. The kid is 19 years old, and he's still growing. But here's the thing, nobody wants to say out loud. Being the tallest doesn't automatically make you the best. So how good is Olivier Rioux actually? To answer that, we need to go back to the very beginning. Olivier Rioux has been breaking records since he came out of the womb. At 5 years old, he was already taller than his kindergarten teacher. By 8, he was 6 feet tall. By 12, he hit 7 feet. And at just 15, he became the tallest teenager on the planet at 7 feet 5 inches, certified by Guinness World Records.
Flipping through Guinness World Record books.
And I see a page that is the tallest teenager.
At 14 years old, he was already taller than most elite NBA players are right now. Today, at 19, he stands at 7 feet 9 inches and counting. He was born in Canada in February 2006 into a family where height wasn't exactly a surprise. His father stood 6 feet 8 inches. His mother played volleyball. His older brother also stood 6 feet 8 inches and played basketball. But Olivier was different. The genetic lottery hit differently with him. His youth footage went viral for a reason. It wasn't fair. He blocked everything. He dunked over kids twice his age. Playing in youth leagues, he looked like he was playing a completely different sport than everyone else on the floor. Even current NBA stars were dropping comments on his clips, asking the same question nobody could answer. Who is this kid? And how is this real? Here's where Ryu separates himself from being just a tall kid. He didn't coast. He could have. With that height, he could have just shown up and dominated 12-year-olds for years. Instead, he played for Team Canada's youth teams every single year. He traveled to Europe and joined Real Madrid's elite youth system. He sought out the best competition he could possibly find. He went out of his way to prove he wasn't just a novelty act on YouTube. Now, this all sounds like a blessing, right? Being that tall, that visible, that unique. And he said as much himself, that it's a blessing. You can use it for basketball, for fame, for reaching high shelves. There's a real appreciation in him for what makes him different. But there's another side to this story, because while his height opens doors, it also creates challenges most people can't even imagine. Living life taller than every doorway, every car, every chair, every bed in the world comes with complications. And when you step onto a basketball court at the highest levels, being extremely tall isn't just an advantage, it's a massive question mark. Dominating kids your own age is one thing. The real question is what happens when you face elite competition. That's where Ryu needed to prove himself, and that journey took him to IMG Academy in Florida, one of the top basketball programs in America.
Olivier Ryu, Quebec, Montreal.
They've developed countless NBA players. They had a blueprint. Just a few years earlier, another tall Canadian had walked through those same doors. Unranked, undersized for his position, nobody saw his potential. That kid was Zach Edey. He went on to become College Player of the Year twice and got drafted in the top 10. IMG was playing the long game with Ryu. They knew exactly what they were doing. So what does 7 feet 9 inches actually give you on a basketball court? The positives are obvious. Ryu is an automatic mismatch against every human being he's ever lined up across from. He walks straight into the paint. He posts up immediately. He creates easy shots without breaking a sweat. When teams double him, he kicks out to open shooters. He's always in scoring position near the rim without even jumping. On defense, he's an elite shot blocker who alters everything. Teams have to completely redesign their entire offense just because he's on the court. And here's something crucial. Unlike most extremely tall young players who are rail thin and fragile, Ryu is filled out. If you didn't know his height, you'd just think he's a normally proportioned big man. That's huge for his long-term development. But here's where it gets complicated. Once you cross 7 feet 6 inches, lateral quickness drops off a cliff. Players at 7 feet 4 inches can still move well. At 7 feet 6 inches and above, it's a different sport. Ryu moves better than expected, but he can't cut quickly, and it takes him several seconds to fully accelerate. If a rebound is just outside his standing reach, there's a good chance he doesn't get to it in time. Quicker players grab loose balls right around him. Injury risk increases with every inch. Playing long stretches is genuinely harder. At IMG, he started in blowout minutes only. As high school progressed, he earned more time. Daily routine, weight room, endurance training, skills coaches, personal nutritionist. The challenge was never rebounding or blocking shots. The challenge was keeping up with pace and holding up for an entire game.
On the bench at practice, Olivier Rioux laces up his sneakers just like any player on the IMG Academy varsity team. But when Ollie gets off the bench, he towers over his teammates.
By the end of high school, Ryu was a 3-star recruit, ranked 3005th nationally and 55th among centers. Sound familiar? That's almost exactly where Zach Edey was ranked coming out of IMG. The scouting reports were nearly identical. Takes up space, doesn't move well, needs coordination development. He had the tools, the development program, and the blueprint. But ratings are one thing. Real competition against elite prospects is where you actually prove yourself. And on the international stage, we got to see exactly where he stood. 2021 FIBA Under-16 Americas Championship, his first major test.
He hasn't been able to do that against Rio.
Inside, Ryu! Oliogu can't underestimate the crossover.
At just 15 years old, Ryu was a starter throughout the tournament. In 6 games, he averaged 8.3 points, 10.3 rebounds, and 2.5 blocks per game. In the quarterfinal against Puerto Rico, he put up 10 points, 9 rebounds, 3 blocks. But his best performance came in the semifinal against Team USA, a roster stacked with future top 10 NBA draft picks. Ryu held his own, 12 points, 12 rebounds, 4 blocks in 25 minutes on 5 of 8 shooting. Canada lost, but won bronze. At 15 years old, against the best the world had to offer, he was productive, not dominant, but solid. Fast forward to 2023, the FIBA Under-19 World Cup. Now 17 years old, Ryu was one of the younger players in an absolutely stacked tournament. France had future top picks. The USA had multiple lottery selections. This was a different level entirely. Ryu played fewer minutes, averaging just 3.2 points, 3.4 rebounds, and 1 block per game. But here's the thing, he made 7 of 8 field goal attempts the entire tournament. In his one game with double-digit minutes against Japan, he dropped 10 points on 5 of 6 shooting with 5 rebounds. When he got opportunities, he was efficient. Against the best prospects on the planet, he showed flashes. Then came 2024, the FIBA Under-18 Americas Championship. 3 years older, expectations higher. This was supposed to be his moment to show off the IMG development. He didn't take the leap. Ryu started most games, but played limited minutes, short bursts of about 3 minutes at a time. He averaged just 9 minutes per game, 4.5 points, 4.5 rebounds, 2 blocks. No standout performances. You can only do so much in limited time. Canada had other scorers and didn't need him to dominate, but the question lingered. Was it conditioning? Was it coaching decisions? The international verdict was clear. He could play against elite competition. He wasn't being embarrassed, but he wasn't dominant yet either. By the end of high school, schools across the country wanted him. History suggested he could find success in college. Players 7 feet 6 inches and taller had done it before. He had offers from multiple programs, but decided to stay in Florida and join the Gators. One critical detail, he joined as a preferred walk-on. Playing time wasn't guaranteed. During the 2023-24 season, Florida was really good. The plan was to ease Ryu in over time, but his popularity became a problem. Sitting on the bench, fans would chant his name, desperate just to see him stand up. His presence became a distraction, so both parties agreed, redshirt the season. As his coach put it, he didn't want to burn a year of eligibility for 30 seconds of garbage time. It was about the long game. Instead of playing, Ryu practiced. He scrimmaged. He learned the system. And while he was doing all of that, Florida went 36-4 in the regular season, won their conference title, and won the national championship. He got to experience the entire journey from the inside. He got to be part of a title-winning team. He got to see what it actually takes at that level while practicing every single day against future NBA players. Now Florida is looking to defend that title, and Ryu will have a bigger role. The NIL opportunities are enormous. The media attention is enormous. He'll start his active college career with elite experience already in his back pocket. Top academy, national team medals, championship program. And the Edey blueprint is right there to follow. Zach Edey was a 3-star recruit, ranked 75th among centers, started just 2 of 28 games as a freshman. Nobody thought he'd become College Player of the Year. He won it back-to-back. He led his team to the national championship game. He got drafted in the top 10. He just had a solid NBA rookie season, and Edey is 5 inches shorter than Olivier Rioux. So what is Ryu right now? A very raw prospect. His finishing needs major improvement. His footwork needs work. He's made really difficult shots and missed really easy shots in the same game, but he does some things well. Defenders foul him constantly trying for blocks, and he's a decent free throw shooter. He shot 69% in one tournament. His shot form looks legitimate. He doesn't force threes or attempt anything outside the paint. Smart. If he ever develops a three-point shot, this conversation gets completely insane. His defensive impact is undeniable. Defenses have to focus on him. It takes 3 guys to box him out. That attention opens up everything for everyone else on the floor. And his frame, as mentioned, is genuinely impressive. He's filled out in a way that most extremely tall young players never are. He should be a 4-year college player. He's still just 19. When he becomes draft eligible, he'll be 23 or 24 years old. That's years to work on his body, his conditioning, his skills, and he's a hard worker who actually wants this. And the playing time question, we just got our answer. On November 7th, Ryu made his college debut against North Florida, becoming the tallest player in college basketball history to ever step on the court. Then on November 22nd against Merrimack, he scored his first career point on a free throw and grabbed his first rebound, making him the tallest player to ever score in college basketball history. Records are already falling, and the real games have barely started. Here's the reality nobody wants to face. In 2026, being tall isn't enough for the NBA. Big men get targeted on defense constantly. Guards pull them out beyond the three-point line, blow by them, run them ragged in pick and roll. Centers shoot threes from 27 feet. Despite basketball being a tall man's sport, there is genuinely such a thing as being too tall. The league has gotten faster, smaller, more skilled at the perimeter, and less forgiving of pure size every single year. But here's what makes Ryu different from every 7 feet 6 inches plus project that came before him. We have never seen a basketball player this tall who can actually hold his own against top talent. He's functional, he's working, he's not just a circus attraction. And he'll be 23 or 24 when teams have to decide on him. Years left to develop. One team is going to take that chance. The kid who was taller than his kindergarten teacher, who outgrew NBA centers before he could drive a car, who chose Real Madrid over easy domination, who sat on a championship bench instead of burning a year of eligibility. That kid is built for the long game. He always has been. If you want more stories like this, where the real story starts long before anyone was paying attention, subscribe to this channel.